Come on. Come on. We got this today. Well guys, it seems like we are continuing this downward trend. We are on pace for one of the worst weeks in stock market history. We lost over 1,190 points today at a total of 4.42% market drop. Earlier today, I put out this tweet where I said the name of the game right now is to drop lower than the market is dropping. You just want to outpace the market in times like this. You're going to see a lot of people's portfolio is going to start dropping significantly because the entire market is not looking too great. So that's the exact goal that I have in mind. I always want to outpace the market. I want to do a little bit better than how the market is doing. And so far, I've done a relatively good job at that. Just at a quick glance, we can see that the Dow over the past trading week is down 11.64%. And my Robinhood portfolio over the past week is down 9.62%. What I can gather from this is that my portfolio actually outperformed the market by around 2%, which is pretty solid. So if you guys missed my last video, I talked a lot about recession investing. I keyed in on how the coronavirus is really affecting our financial system right now and how the supply chains around the world are really getting messed up. The coronavirus is in the forefront of so many different countries and really it's top of mind for everybody at the moment. Everybody's worried about what's going to happen. So one of you guys actually commented in my last video, aren't you worried the coronavirus will spread to the US, possibly killing millions of people? In my opinion, this situation is heavily underestimated. Now, in my mind right now, this is finally getting the attention, it's finally getting the awareness that it deserves. The thing for me is I don't have too much insight on all of this because this is really the first major thing that I myself have lived through and seen firsthand. I've never really seen a virus outbreak like this before. There's been some less severe ones in my lifetime, but seriously, like this is completely brand new territory for me. Now, what I have found out about this coronavirus, what I've been told and what I've been researching a little bit is that it's very similar to the flu. So it's flu-like symptoms that you have, and just because you get the coronavirus doesn't mean that you're automatically going to die. So I think, before millions and millions of people start to die, I think we're going to have some progress with some sort of cure, some sort of aid that's going to at least slow the process down so they can figure out what the heck is actually going on. Now, I'm not a master at that. I don't really know everything that's going to happen, but that's just something that I can predict. I know that there are a few different companies that are big name that are working on cures. That's like Johnson & Johnson and AbbVie, as I mentioned in my last video. But at the same time, this is a very highly contagious sickness. It can spread through the air, so it's really easy for it to get in contact from person to person. So in my opinion, I think that we're going to see a lot of different areas be affected by it, and I think it's going to spread quite rapidly, but it'll be interesting because, like I said, it's comparable to the flu. It's flu-like symptoms, so not everybody that does get it is going to die from it, but they're just able to spread it much easier from person to person. One thing that I did find online is a coronavirus tracker where you can see all the infected areas from it, and this is what the United States looks like right here. So what's close to me is Boston, so that's a little concerning that there is a coronavirus kind of outbreak going on there. It is pretty contained. I was reading on the news that they have around 317 people that were in contact with China, were visiting there, coming back. They're actually quarantined inside their houses right now. So that's an interesting situation that I've just been keeping my eye on. But something to keep in mind is that not everybody that is infected has gone into the doctors. Not everybody knows that they are infected because it's flu-like symptoms. You might not necessarily recognize it as something like coronavirus. So you might be pushing it off and not necessarily needing to go into the doctors or thinking that you need to, but you're actually spreading it or whatever. So that could be going on right now. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. I don't really know much about what I'm talking about. This is just what I see and what I hear, and I thought it would be interesting to share this website with you, so I wanted to do that. But what I do want to talk about in this video is the coronavirus, how it relates to the stock market and how it relates to me as an investor. What I'm going to be doing has some overlap with my last video. I just feel like this is a super pressing issue right now, and a lot of people who have reached out to me, they seem to be asking, what are you doing in this situation? Are you holding? Are you selling? What is going on right now? And what I want to do is just help calm those nerves and just work through this. So the first thing that I think is worth showing you guys is just what's been going on within my portfolio, because this is a really drastic decrease. It's a decline that kind of came out of nowhere. So if you look at what's been going on over the past day, I went down $227.80, and I kept boasting myself that, hey, I'm going to set up my portfolio to not drop as far as the market does in times of recession. But today it actually was worse than the market. It did worse than how the market performed. So my portfolio dropped about 4.63%, and the overall market today was down 4.42%. So obviously I didn't do what was my goal for investing with this, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. You can tell, like I said, over the past week, I'm down 9.67%, but that is a lot better than what the stock market is currently doing. So you have to look at it kind of further out than just, daily trends of what's going on. But yeah, you can see I'm down close to $500 over the past week, and I'm not really sweating about this right now. The reason why I'm not too worried about it is because this is a long-term investing strategy. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs, and what I'm really excited about is, now I can invest at a cheaper point in time, and that really hasn't happened for this portfolio. It's always been going up, and it's really great to be able to buy these stocks at a discount, and almost every stock in my portfolio right now is just dropping in value. I only had a few that were positive. If I scroll through it, AOS was positive, Charles Schwab was positive, and then one of my free stocks that I got, Washington Prime Group, was also positive. So really not too great of a day. Obviously, the whole market was down, but it is interesting because all these are at a discount right now in my mind. Ones that I really want to get in on again, and some of them aren't even back down to the price point where I first initially had bought in on them at. So if you look at the past month, we're down $393, so it's getting a little bit better. 3 months down $315. And then over the past year, where I started the Robinhood challenge, I am down, it won't let me even go over as far as how, I can't get my finger to go over far enough, but we are still positive, and I believe we're only positive like 80 bucks right now. So we're still in the green, but that is shortly probably going to change. I don't know what's going to happen on the market tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see where it opens and when the bounce is going to hit, when we're going to start seeing an upward trends. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think this is going to propel us into something much deeper, something much bigger? Is it going to be a new recession that hits us, one that is a prolonged recession? Because if you look at the 08 recession, it started in December of 2007 and ended in June of 2009. So I want to get your input in the comments. So guys, I have been pushing to get that stock worth $500 from the referral program, and I'm not going to stop that in this video here today. So this stock right here comes from Jared for using my referral code. Jared, thank you so much for doing that. I'm going to go ahead and open up one of these for you right now. If it ever loads, I don't know why it's taking so long. Hopefully this is not going to kick me out of the app or anything, but let's see.
Two hours later.
Sorry about that. I did have to restart the app. Let me get right back into it. So I always start off picking the one on the left-hand side. I'm not gonna stop that right now. Jared, this one is for you. Give me something good here. Let's see what we got. And GoPro, that's the first time I've actually got GoPro. It's worth $3.67. Again, thank you for using the referral code. I believe I have one more to open right now, and this one's from Vance. Vance, thank you for using the referral code. We're gonna double it up. We're gonna go left one more time, see what we can get here. Maybe I should start switching that up. What do you guys always go with for yours? Another Plug Power. This is by far the one that I get the most, except just 2 days ago, it was worth $5.20. Honestly, I'm not one to hold on to the free stocks that I get because I don't know much about them, but seeing where the market's at and how a bounce could happen, I might just hold on to these for a little bit before I end up selling them. So guys, here's where I want to talk really seriously about my investing strategy. So you know that I have been doing the Robinhood challenge. If you don't know what the Robinhood challenge is, I take $100 every single week and I invest that into the stock market. I share with you my tips, my insight, why I'm making the trades, and I basically just give you guys my insight on how I invest. And the reason why I do that is because I love focusing on dollar cost averaging, and it's for this very reason. How the market is going right now is the entire reason why I do the challenge. The entire reason why I invest $100 weekly is because it just mitigates my risk. So yes, I was investing when the market was at its highest point in time, but I'm also going to continue investing as it drops down. So if it goes even lower and lower and lower, I'm just going to be driving the cost of my stocks down to a point where when the stock market flips and it bounces and it starts going back up, I'm going to have a much lower point that I bought into these stocks, and that way I'm able to profit quicker. And from there, the money just starts rolling in. And the reason why I am dividend investing is because I'm still gonna get paid dividends even though the market is dropping. And I don't have to worry about it. It makes me feel better as an investor just knowing I am gonna have an influx of cash. I just have some money coming in, and that just helps me stay in the market. So one thing that I was also doing behind the scenes was building up my cash position for this very reason. Because when the stock market does crash, when it rains, it starts to pour. People panic, people sell left and right, and the stock market just continues to go down for a little bit. And what I want to be able to do is capitalize on that. So what you might see is some points in the future, I'll invest more than $100 just because I want to get in on these prices at good points in time. And that way I don't have to worry about where the stock market's headed. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to be investing thousands and thousands of dollars because I haven't saved up that much that I need to be investing, but I might throw in a couple $100 here and a couple $100 there in order to just drive down my costs even further. This is also the point in time where I want to get really picky about the stocks that I'm investing in, the ones that I do see at a discount and the ones that I feel like I'm going to be holding for the duration of my portfolio, which is pretty much all the stocks in my portfolio. So it just depends on the valuation that I see within the stocks. This is also where fractional shares really starts to benefit me because before the stock market does end up going back up, I can capitalize on all of my money that I'm putting in the market, make sure that it is invested in the companies that I want to be invested in. Now, what I really want you guys to be able to walk away from with a video like this is that as an investor, obviously you need thick skin and you can learn a lot from other people. So just by watching what I'm doing, how I'm reacting to a stock dip versus a crash, because who knows, this could trigger something. I don't know what this entails for the stock market. And I think the coronavirus is not going away anytime soon. So I think this is going to continue to affect the market, but I want you guys to be able to feel comfortable holding your positions. I want you to feel comfortable buying in as the market's starting to go down, and seeing red doesn't mean you need to panic, doesn't mean you need to sell everything that you have. It actually means that you could be buying in at a pretty good point in time. After all, it was just a few videos ago that I decided to invest $1,000 into the stock market, and I'm gonna link that video right here, but basically what I did there was invest when the market was close to all-time highs, and so I'm seeing a lot of that value just get demolished. A lot of that $1,000 that I put in is starting to significantly decline, and that is because obviously I did invest at really, really high points, and then the market has dropped 11%, which is just ridiculous over the past week. That is a huge percentage, but I'm not worried about it. That money eventually will start to make itself back up, and those were in solid companies that I truly believe in, companies that I know that are going to be there for the long run, and that way I'm going to be getting dividends this whole time, like I was saying, and I don't have to worry as much. So let me know, how have you guys been doing? Is your portfolio still able to outperform how the market has been performing? Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you in this video today. If you did enjoy it and you took anything away from this video, make sure you smash that like button. It really does help out more than I can explain to you guys. It just helps with the YouTube algorithm, it helps me grow my channel. So any support you can show would be great. And then thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you have a great day.